website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, how do you strum when you play? What is that about? And it's basically about muting techniques. I can't show you every single one of them in this video, but I can give you a little exercise that got me started. And it's really about strumming single notes instead of chords, right? If you're strumming chords here, and you can strum a single note by muting every other string that doesn't have that note on it. And the first exercise is taking your 2 first fingers here, placing them across the strings, and then taking your 3rd finger and place it on a note. And then have all the strings shut up while you have that one string ring out. And I remember the challenge was to have a light touch with 2 fingers as you had a firm touch with the 3rd finger. That seemed like, I have to do both with the same hand. But as you practice it, you'll become good at it. And then already now, if I then lay out the blues scale on one string, right, the A blues scale, and I go like, let's see, I got like, I got that in the background. Then suddenly I can go. Right? Suddenly I had that ability. And what you of course want to do also is that you want to be able to strum with no sound from that one note. It's a G string I'm using here for that note. You want to have that. And you can do bends. You can do sliding and vibrato. Right? And then you can practice going from to single notes, right? Where you're not really muting. Here we go now. Right? So that's the first little thing. The second thing you can do is to practice hitting individual strings. So you're coming from, normally when you're just strumming up and down, right? So you're basically hitting all strings or none. At some point, you want to learn to instead of just strumming like that, you want to strum like this, because that creates a circle right here. And that circle has kind of a peak that you can hit some of the strings, right? And I can hit the higher strings, the middle, or the low. And I can start. See if I can come from out here from a bit like from then instead of just strumming like that, I'm strumming like this towards the guitar, so I can hit the same string every time. And that enables me to be able to do the same trick with my first finger. Here I'm hitting the G string in the 5th fret with my first finger, and then the B and E string are muted by that same first finger. I'm fretting the G string, and the 2 others are muted. So if I can hit that G string only and not the lower string, then I have one note right here. If I want to make it easy on my right hand, I can put my second finger across some of the strings, so I only get that one note. But these are details. It's so you have to experiment with it yourself, right? To get it just right. And sometimes you hit a string or two that shouldn't ring out, but if it's blues you're playing, that doesn't really matter. I learned much of this, and especially muting open strings by playing Stevie Ray Vaughan. You know, you're strumming the whole thing, but you're only... And that's a little, it's like chords, because every finger has to mute the strings that are not being played. So that's pretty easy, right? That's the first thing here, is I strum the whole set here, but that's the E string. Then the next note in this is the G. I keep my first finger on all of them, and then I put my second finger on the G, on the low E string, as my first finger is still muting softly all the other strings. Then I move to the A string. And as I do, I put my first finger down now on that note, but it also mutes all the other strings as my second finger reaches for the low E string and mutes that softly. Or my thumb can also do it, right? And then I do the next note on the A string there in the 4th fret, and I have my first finger muting everything else, right? And then I reach for the 2nd fret, D string, and as I do that, my first finger mutes the other, and then I put my second finger on to mute all others. So, but that's a really cool exercise. Okay, good. Yeah, got it. Okay. Can you then make the shift between these muting positions like that? That's the tricky part. But you simply just... Right? So different exercises, but look into it. That's how we do it. We mute all the other strings that are not ringing out, or we just hit, some of them to make it happen. And I can really recommend going into that specific that specific thing there. Find the tabs, buy them, whatever.
Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.